Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers.
There's only one mantra that you all need to know. That's that one over there. See Todd, bye Todd.
Hail to the chief, he's the one they all say hail to. My name is Dave, and it's West Coast Thursday. Ho, ho, ho. West Coast Thursday. Good evening, everybody. I am your host. It's still sunny out. Look, we're like the Northwest. We're about to get that 10:30 sunset shit coming. I want to say hello to everybody, and I want to say hello to all of you individually. So let's go through and say hello. Derek Neiman's in the house telling you that you should subscribe to my podcast, Direct Edition, especially after today's news. And Tyler's in the house. The Pope of Wrenches telling you if you're new here, fill out the form. And we do have a new person here. He already filled out the form. Things are going great already. Jerome Hernandez in the house. How you doing, my friend? How are you doing? It's been a while. And it's been a while. Dukowski's in the house. Another new person from last night, but he's back, and let's go. Greg, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. I did see you filled out the info. Don't have any Thor Silver Age slabs, but I have a lot of stuff. But thank you for being here regardless. Andy, my friend from the other side of the mountains, is here. Danny Hines, yo, it's, Vega, yeah. Rami, I decided kind of like halfway through last night that I wasn't going to get everything out, so I was like, let's just do 2 hours tonight, and we'll have a little fun. Johnny's in the house. Johnny, the only Ranger fan I'll be friends with. Brandon's in the house. What's going on? It is me, Davey Dave Enger. Mikey's here. I feel like 1 or 2 Dave Stevens books didn't sell last night, but don't quote me on that. I mean, you can. It's just not going to do you any good. What's up, Rami? Dylan's in the house. Emilio's in the house. Hello, hello. Dave woke up. What's up, Dave? The sun is back. I know, I'm so happy. Mike's in the house. Yeah, that's right. You're a Northwesterner also. Nice to see you, my friend. And yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Bob's in the house 2 days in a row. Yeah, that's right. We're hanging out. It's Wednesday on a Thursday, Jamie. That's right. Rip your calendar up because it doesn't matter anymore. Double Dave, triple Dave because Dave Korea's here. Max is in the house. Oh my God, we have 4 Daves here. 4 Daves. Yeah, a bunch didn't sell last night, including that issue 37. Glenn, I do ship to Canada. Basically what I do is I'll give you an option. I'll go, I'll give you a quote after your claims, UPS or USPS, and you can just tell me what you prefer. I'm happy to send it as a gift. And I'm happy if you buy 1 book and you want to stack until you've got a couple of books, that's fine. You just got to pay for the books and we can figure out shipping. I usually add like $1 on to shipping for my Gemini mailers, for the bubble wrap, but I don't go like, it's $900 to ship to Canada. It's not. Marco's in the house, the superstar of the Todd McFarlane Whatnot Show. My dude. Daveception. Cerebus the aardvark would make my blood curl. I don't have any Cerebus. I don't. There he is. The Ewok, exactly like you. I stacked for you. So tonight's going to be an interesting show. I don't know how many people here... Oh yeah, I don't know how many people here know the news. Ross knows the news. I actually don't think I have any Bendis except for that first Echo signed by Mac. What's up, Leo? Look, okay, I'll just do it. I don't everything I do is for my love of comics. Talking to comic creators, selling comics, buying comics, reading comics. I don't do it for any type of click, beef. Anyway, this is your story on Bleeding Cool today. Rob Liefeld versus Brian Michael Bendis, Mike Emming, and Direct Edition podcast. Anyway, if you feel like you want to purchase a New Mutants 90 100 newsstand 98, I'll sign this and include that in the package. Finally got back to be able to watch one of these. Been on a Todd by Todd kick. Dean, I'm happy to hear that. We love the Todd father here. Yeah, no, and like I said, some people buy one book and then they wait 2 weeks and buy another book, whatever it is. Um, so yeah, if you go on Bleeding Cool, you can read the story. Basically, what happened was, look, we all know that Rob can be a very prickly person on the internet to people, and he's been doing it a lot more recently. And it's just kind of hard to look away. And I was a fan. I never talked shit about him. I own some of his original artwork. I own a lot of his books. And then I felt like saying something. I didn't tag him in it, but yet he found me. And then he replied, well, you can read the story, but he basically said, does this mean you're going to stop asking me to come on your podcast? And I was like, don't worry about it. No. Yeah, well, we love the Todd father. Isn't it funny that, Todd drew this cover for Amazing Heroes and Chris Evans ended up playing two of these characters? And look, I would never mock somebody for their art because I'm not an artist and I never really have, but I do not respond real well to watching people just kind of be fucking mean when they don't have to be. Like I don't want to support you if that's your kind of behavior. I'm not going to put more money in your pocket. Hello, Dan. So anyway, it's very interesting because it all happened on Threads and then Bleeding Cool posted that story today. And I'm just like, well, at least I'm on Team Bendis and Team Mike Emming. I actually just got an issue of it. Yes, it is a great cover, Dean. It is. Right, and that's the thing. It was an excusable crash out. Yeah, I mean, and he's like that all the time. I've watched him in his Whatnot shows, be mean to people for no reason because they say something that he disagrees with, and he's never been mean to me. That was the whole point of my post. It's all of my experiences with him have been very positive. But watching him be mean and bullyish and just be a dick to people for no reason, it just kind of grinds my gears. I was bullied a lot when I was a kid. And I don't respond well to seeing that. And I feel like when you're in the position that a lot of people look up to you, in especially the comic space or the art space in general, and there's a lot of people that look up to you, a lot of young people look up to you. Deadpool's now seen by millions and millions of people. I think it's very easy you don't have to be very nice, but it's very easy not to be a dick. And because I understand what it's like to be bullied, he's been incessantly mocked for his artwork for years and years and years. But then he goes out and says oh, I make millions of dollars. I'll be fine. He says that to people on Threads. It's read the fucking room, dude. We're at the worst economic disparity in this country since probably the war. And you're telling people, oh, I'm good. I made millions of dollars. Fuck you, dude. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Anyway. Yeah, Dean, exactly. And that bitterness shouldn't fall onto people that are just talking about things that they like. And the whole thing started where I don't know, I think he's a young guy, posted on Threads that he was reading Ultimate Spider-Man and he thinks it's one of the best runs. And he said, respect to Ditko and Lee, but what Bendis and Bagley did was amazing. And when you think about it, if you're 30 or under, that's your first Spider-Man run, and it is awesome. Yeah, it's cringe behavior. Yeah. Yep. All right. Look, maybe I'll sit down and talk about it when the sale is done. I'll probably do a live for 2 hours. And it's just interesting. Yeah. Mark Silvestri's great. And Dan, you're 100% right. I just, I've had so many good experiences with some of these people. And when I have a lot more to say about it, but I don't really want to. I'm not in it to start beefs with people. Like, I can poke fun at influencers because I guess you could call me one myself. And people can poke fun at me, that's fine, but I'm not intentionally fucking mean to people. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, especially in 2026. Like, we have the worst person in charge of this country right now. Like, if you're in a position where people are listening to you or looking up to you, or like you're somebody in a space that has a lot of clout or whatever, like you could be a little bit better to people. Anyway, that's that. Let's show some books. There's some stuff. There's definitely some stuff in this first round that was not out last night. So let's go, as the kids say. Cherry's Jubilee. This is the first 4 issues. I think there might have been 5. This is Larry Wells bringing back Cherry. These are all first prints in high grade. Number 1 is a VF plus near mint minus. Number 2 is a near mint. Number 3 is a near mint. And number 4 is a VF plus near mint minus. These are tough to find, especially in high grade. I've got that set for 100. And look, I am the furthest thing from even a half perfect person, but I don't spend my time like purposefully trying to be mean to people. I say some things sometimes. Star Slayer number 2. First appearance of the Rocketeer, Dave Stevens goodness. Near mint minus, $20. I've got, from that collection I got a couple weeks ago. What's up, Raymond? What's up, Raymar? This is a William Stout original piece of art from 1994, like some lizard warrior. I got this in a collection about a month ago now, 400. Somebody asked what this shirt was. This is from, there's a Instagram account that's been going for a while called Gold Grails or White Gold Industries, and they do these kind of like limited run shirts. They're bootlegs or whatever. But I bought this about a year ago. But they do like dead stock leftover stuff every once in a while. So I don't know. And they might do reprints and stuff like that. Comics Journal issue number 215, the John Severin interview with the great John Severin cover. VF plus 10 schmackers. This is a very old, and when I say very old, I'm talking almost 80-year-old Scottish comic called The Roundup Budget of Fun and Adventure. 1948, good, very good. $40. Apparently, this is a pretty important comic for Scotland, like one of the first that they ever made, and I think it was for like educational purposes. I did a little research on it. There was a blog that had kind of a history of Scottish comics, and that was like one of the first things that was talked about. So there's that. New Mutants 100, 9/8 newsstand, first X-Force, first Shatterstar, last issue, $95, and I will sign the article and give that to you. Alpha Flight number 1, John Byrne, first appearance of Puck, newsstand, near mint minus. The Canadian Superheroes. That's right, Kim. It's a young 80-year-old. 15 on S8. I didn't realize I had another one of these. Japanese movie program of Tim Burton's Batman that I brought back from, yeah, you guessed it, Japan. It's in very, very beautiful shape. $25. These are usually, they have creases and stuff like that. This is a very clean one. This is like a magazine periodical with a little bit of comics in it, but it's a lot of articles. But Dennis Kitchen did the cover, and I'm pretty sure he was on the editorial staff. It's a VF minus. It's from 1975. $10. It's called Bugle American. And then these come from the 90s when I guess maybe this is the I think this is towards the late 90s, but Brian Pulido did this book called The Supernaturals. It is a 4-issue miniseries. This is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th issue. What's interesting and cool about these, each one has a centerfold, like rip out mask. So these are actually pretty tough to find in high grade because the mask being thick would cause spine splits. I have these all 3 at near mint. Like I said, it's issue 2, 3, and 4. $30. on S11. Okay, let's go with these. I've got Daredevil issue number 95, another Man Bull cover. I sold a lot of those last night. It's Daredevil and the Black Widow. Excuse, pardon my French. VF minus for 14 on D for Daredevil. Daredevil. Oh, Mike, that's awesome. And thanks for the claim. Jungle Adventures issue number 3. I mean, unless it's like somebody copying Kirby, that's got to be a Kirby cover. Jungle Adventures featuring Zangar, Squarebound, Skywald, VF minus, $7 on E for it's Kirby. That's a lot of bull. This is a all newsprint Gladstone Scrooge McDuck in the Yukon, number 1. I assume it's a Barks interior, but I am not 100% sure. Near mint minus, 10 whole dollars. Yes, I do love the Todd Manbull Hulk. All right, so this came from the collection from last weekend. This was given out to retailers. This is a Swamp Thing number 140. This is the Platinum Collector's Edition. I don't know if this is the first issue that they were on here, but this is the era of Grant Morrison and Mark Miller. VF Plus, $10. Somebody could let me know if that was the first issue that they joined in on. Tetsuo! Akira number 32 in a VF Plus for $20. The last issue of that was 38. And then I've got a second printing, I believe, of Fanagore number 1, the Richard Corbin self-published book, but he self-published the first print, which was magazine size. This is when he moved over to Last Gasp for the publishing. It is a fine for $18. Corbin, a god amongst men. Oh, really? It's Jack Cat. Okay, I did not know that. Ghostly Tales, issue number 69. Nice. Fine plus VF minus. $12 on R. Who knows what lurks in the hearts of the men of Shadow? Anyway, this is Archie doing the Shadow, which is not your mama's Shadow. It's got some water rippling. It is a good, very good. It's $6. These are tough to find, but it's not in the best shape, so I just priced it fairly cheap. Guys, it's flying saucers. Have they come out of hiding? Do aliens roam the earth? I don't know. Ask Tom DeLonge. I'm sure he'll let you know. VF Plus, this is issue number 7 for $10. Did anybody hear that story recently that Ilan Rubin told on some podcast about at his wedding, Tom DeLonge was showing pictures of a dead alien to Trent Reznor? That shit's hilarious. Akira number 27. VF, $14 on M for Akira. All right, some more stuff from the Japan trip. I actually did a flip through video of this on my Patreon last week or a week and a half ago. This is Super Comic Maker number 3. Lots of Dark Horse stuff in here, including Batman Predator, but more special, Tank Girl number 1. I believe it's Tank Girl number 1. And then there's Mask in here. There's a bunch of Japanese like manga in here. It's pretty thick. It's in great shape. I don't know, like a VF Plus near mint minus. $30. Imported directly from Japan by yours truly. Strange doctors are strange when you're a doctor. Strange Doctors, anyway, Doctor Strange number 175. That is the first cover of Clea. It is a VF range. Nice colors on the cover. $18 on P for, I don't know, proctologist. That's a doctor. Exactly, John. Exactly. What's up, Tish? Walt Disney Comics and Stories, the 25th anniversary issue, 1965, in a VG fine with all of the Ducky Ducks and all of the characters. $7 on G. Dr. Whom? No, it's Dr. Whomst. Spawn number 1, See Todd, Buy Todd. Near mint minus $20. You know, I still see stores charging like $40 for that book. I'm like, Anyway, I got a pair of Mark Jewelers here. Jonah Hex issue number 58, Mark Jeweler. It's like it's a low grade, but then issue number 57, Mark Jeweler, is a fine. So I priced them, I think, appropriately. 15 for the pair. There's your jewels. To whomst, for whomst the bell tolls. Rick and Morty, issue number 6. This is an Andrew McLean of Headlopper fame. Variant signed by McLean down there. It is near mint and it's $18 on I. Guys, it's not man bull time, it's lion time. You're lying to me. Daredevil 143 in a VF Plus for $8. Matthew Murdoch. A low-grade key from the Carl Barks era. Walt Disney Comics issue number 140. The first appearance of Gyro Gear Loose. It is a low grade. You can see it's got ripped spine. I think it's, I put it in here. It was attached. So $15. I had a high-grade copy of this at one point. And then somebody said, you know what, Dave? I'm going to buy it from you. And I was like, all right. I won't stop you. Akira number 22 in a VF Plus near mint minus for 16 American dollars. Sorry, I don't take anything else. Marvel Team Up number 141. It's not just the second appearance of the black suit, but it is a cover by Mike Mignola and Arthur Adams. It's a newsstand. It's a VF Plus. It's $80 on T for buy it. Spawn number 110 in a VF. See Greg Todd, buy Greg Todd, $7. The world's finest, Batman and Superman, with Nightman punching Batman in the face. Issue number 155. Exit Batman, enter Nightman, take my hand, I'm gonna punch you in the face to Never Never Land. James Hetfield said those words. VG for $12. Okay, it's time for Frank and Stein. Monster trapped in a nightmare. And this time, there's no escape. Issue number 15 in a VF for $18. Guys and gals, believe it or not, despite what you might believe, I can read. Did you know that? All right, Deadpool vs. Carnage, written by Cullen Bunn, signed first issue by Cullen Bunn. It is a 4-issue miniseries with covers by Glenn Fabry. It's near mint, and it's $25 for the set. And that will get me to check the comments and see what the claims were. The first claim, I believe, was Mike, but let me just make sure here. Okay. Mike Boyle. And for anybody that likes Cherry comics, I may have just obtained an entire run of Cherry, but I have not processed it yet. I have not decided what I'm doing. All right, Rummy on the duck. And then Joel, welcome back for your second night in a row on the Swampy. And there's no $5 round tonight or $10 round. So there you go. Just so we keep it moving pretty swiftly. Thank you, Dave. And thank you, Danny. So if you weren't here yesterday, I did talk about the next 2 episodes of Direct Edition. Thank you, Marco. Next week will be, I mean, I think it's a pretty groundbreaking thing. I interviewed at Sushi Kaneko the mangaka behind Deathko, Wet Moon, Soil, Bambi and Her Pink Gun, and most recently Search and Destroy. That is going to be dropping next week. And then the season finale, which is the 100th episode of the podcast, is Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. And it is hilarious. So, just in case you weren't keeping score. I don't know. Doctor Who. Kurt Petro in the house. Kurt, oh, P just got claimed. Sorry about that. And Ross on G beating out Bob. Bort, S-Man. C Todd by Rami. That earns you a C Todd by Todd sticker. And Marco on Frankie. Frankie Stein. Frankenstein, as Kem said. I think it was Kem. Gripping your pillow tighter. Is S9 a book about the movie? It is, yeah, it is I'll show you what it is. It's the movie program. So it's in Japanese. It features, yeah, because you're new here, so you didn't see me do my Japanese haul. It's photos, it's behind the scenes artwork, it's press photos, it's that, and all the text is in Japanese. But, you know, it's not like you need to really read the text. You know the movie. It's the coolness of having the last country on the planet doing, you know, what they do. They do movie programs, I think, for almost everything that comes out. Yeah, Jim, you know, there's that statistic, too, that you hear a lot of people talk about. Most podcasts quit after 3 episodes. And I'm definitely not quitting. Thank you, Tai Tai. All right. Steve's going to take the Deadpool. What's S10? Vince, S10. Okay, so I'll show it off too. So this is like a magazine news periodical that came out in '75. Dennis Kitchen did the cover. It's called The Bugle American. I mean, it's mostly articles and photos, but then there's like some cartoons in here by Dennis Kitchen, Don Glassford, Bruce Walters, and then some more articles. The back cover's cool. I think it's a Midwest thing. I want to say this is a Wisconsin thing because that's where Kitchen lives. Yeah, it's a Milwaukee thing. All right, Teej, MSU, Missouri State University. Mississippi State University? Thank you, Teej. I miss you. My beautiful brother from a Nashville mother. Actually, I don't know if you grew up in in Tennessee, I should say. You live there. I know that. I know. Okay. Get some more stuff out here. Okay. One moment while I procure the next books to come out. Hour south of me. Oh, well, you know what? Listen, look, Teej, hook me up with a Haley Williams ticket or an interview. I'll come out, we'll hang out, and then I'll interview Miss Williams. All right, The Mask, issue number 0 and issue number 1. So it's not the first appearance of The Mask, but this is the first Mask book. It was a 4-issue miniseries with a 0 issue, so it's 5. But anyway, that is the first Mask ongoing. 0 is a VF, and number 1 is Near Mint Minus. $40 for the pair on X. TMNT Volume 4, which is the lost volume, I guess you could call it, because they're reprinting them in the lost years with a Fugitoid cover, near mint, $15 on G. Predator first volume, first miniseries, issue number 3 and 4. It's a 4-issue mini. Both near mint minus, nice high grade, higher grade books, 30 for the pair. I mean, if somebody needs issue number 3 and doesn't need 4, you can just claim one of them for 15. Basically Nashville. Used to see her a lot at the mall at Hot Topic. Yeah, then they went astronomical. Her solo album last year is my favorite record of the year. Phoebe Zeitgeist, the adult fantasy album, which is from Michael Donahue and Frank Springer with a Springer cover. Intro by Frank Thorne, near mint minus, $35 on S1. Paul, is there a minimum purchase to ship? No, I'll break down the shipping cost though. I think they're still the same because USPS is being messed with right now with shipping costs. But 1 to 2 books, 2 books is like $7. Unless you're in the Northwest, I could probably do it for $6 because that's how the shipping rates work. But 1 to 2 books is $7. And you know, if you're a new buyer, you'll get a sticker, maybe 2 stickers. Anything from 2 to like 10 books is going to be $11, and then anything over that is it depends. Like medium flat rate right now is $19.75, so that could fit like 20 something books or a bunch of slabs or a bunch of big books. But if I have a bunch of boxes that I could ship first class, so I try to keep the shipping costs as low as I can. Let's just say that. Some require full. Oh no, Paul, not at all. Not at all. Just don't forget, if you're new here, to fill out the form in the description below on my website so I have your contact and your shipping address. Without that, I can't take any claims. Absolute Batman number 3, Becky Cloonan variant cover, first print, near mint, $18 on H. One of my favorite variant covers. Rock bottom prices. Akira issue number 31 in a VF Plus for $18 on S. This is a little fun one that I showed off yesterday. This is the German trade paperback for Simpsons Volume 1. It's just the first 2 issues in an oversized. It's actually pretty cool that it's in an oversized. I've got that for $35. I don't think there's any other oversized Simpsons stuff that exists out there except, I guess, the American oversized hardcovers, which are more omnibuses than anything. All right, here's a fun one. I love these. If you've never looked through Comic Reader, it's like almost like a mix between Previews Magazine and like a Wizard with a lot of old fan art and cool covers. This is issue number 169 from June of 1979. It's in a near mint minus, okay? So front cover, Tom Palmer and Pat Broderick. Back cover is actually super dope. It is a John Romita Sr. ROM inked by Marie Severin. You find, I don't know about this issue particular, but in the early 80s, you find a lot of early Mignola fan art. That's $8 on W. There's, I think you see a lot of, what's his name too? Bob, oh, why can't I think of his name? Not Bob. Dan, help me out. Swirly Knees. Come on, help me out. Robin Hood Tales number 1 from Quality Comics publication. Fine Plus, $18. I can picture his art and I can't. Fred Hembeck, thank you. See, Dan, I know the things that you have the answers to. Godzilla versus Hero Zero from Dark Horse. This is a one-shot, Art Adams cover, near mint minus, $6 on R. Akira issue number 18 in a VF Plus for 12 on N. Uncanny X-Men issue number 193 in a near mint, high grade, 15 on B. Justice League issue number 76 is probably a 65-page giant, VF minus, or 68-page, 25 on C. We got room for 2 more books. Okay. I know that'll sell real quick. Oh, and since this was asked about, I'll grab this too. Hellboy Christmas Special, Mignola, Gary Gianni, Steve Purcell, and Uncle Jeff Darrow. It's a VF, not super high grade, $10 on P. And then Johnny Quest, issue number 5, Dave Stevens' goodness. He knew how to draw a woman. He knew how to draw a woman better than most people ever will in our lifetime. VF, $18. And by all accounts, Dave Stevens was a decent guy. He liked the ladies. The ladies liked him. And that's like the only thing you ever hear people say that is like everybody else is just like, yep, he was a great guy and everybody liked him. Tej on S for issue number 31. Ross was the first claim on R for Godzilla vs. Hero Zero. Tej was the first claim on N. Brandon was the first claim on P. Let's see, Mikey on H, and Mikey was the one who, oh wait, no, Mikey got the Batman. I fully expected the Dave Stevens to be on that. All right, P's gone. And, oh, there we go. Mikey on you. Yeah, I think I met Dave Stevens when I was a kid at New York Comic Con because I'm pretty sure I got his, I at one point had his Topps Star Wars Galaxy card of Luke signed. I never met Turner. I knew he was, I've, talked to people that did. Greg, I got you on this. But another guy that everybody said was a very sweet person. I mean, you all heard the Mark Silvestri interview where he talks about him. All right, Paul, thanks for filling out the form. Speaking of Mike Turner, you know what? I might as well put something out of his that I have. I think I've shown this off before, but it can't hurt to show it off again. That's what she said. What? Doesn't make any sense. So this was from Overstreet Fan issue number 8. It's a great Witchblade poster signed by Michael Turner right here, signed by Matt Banning. And I forget the third signature. It might be D-Tron, even though it looks like Jimmy Palmiotti's signature. So that poster plus an unsigned version of that poster. Oh, I've got it for 50. If somebody wants it for 40, I'll do it for 40. I'll put that on S11. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's right, Danny. 2 nights, double header. All right, Jamie's going to take it for 40. Thanks, Jamie. Which one is that? T for 60. I'll do 70, Paul, and I generally, if it's your first time here, like I ask you to claim stuff at full price, before you ask for a discount, but I'm feeling loose tonight. I'll do it for 70. Dave, I don't know, man. I don't know. What's up, Connor? Okay. Short piece. Otomo. This is the 15th anniversary edition with the Obi on it. This is all short stories. This is a Japanese book. It's in Japanese. It's never been published here. That imported from Japan, $40. All right, Paul, I got you. Paul Anthony. I know somebody else with that same exact name. Oh, I should probably write the number on it instead of some random gibberish that looks like hieroglyphics. My best friend in the world, Rob Liefeld, with my other best friend, Daniel Warren Johnson. This is variant cover for Youngblood number 1, $8, near mint. And since nobody took my offer on the slab, I'll put the article in with the with that book if somebody buys it. Amazing Spider-Man number 276, newsstand VF, $7. Hobgoblin, Gobgoblob, blah 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 blah. Death Rattle number 10, featuring a Charles Burns cover with I guess that's Rand Holmes, Mal Williamson, Frank Frazetta, and whoever Vincent is. I don't know. Vincent Vega. VF plus $6. It's Vega. Well, it was a goddamn band if the bomb were best and well. Akira issue number 30, one of the coolest Akira covers of the series in a VF for $15. All right, I'll put up 1, 2, 3 more books, and then I'll clear the wall completely after that. Yeah, it is. It is, Max. UFO and Outer Space. Is this Cowboys and Aliens? Holy shit. I wonder, is this what inspires the other comic that inspires the movie? Anyway, this is issue number 20 in a VF for $8. I didn't even really look at the cover when I was pricing it, take in what I was looking at. Akira number 21 in a VF plus for 15 on S. And then you've got the Death of Superman, the Platinum Edition. It was already open, the bag, so I just took it out. This was a thank you from stores, or you had to order probably X amount of issues and you got these. $125. I forget, I didn't own a comic store in the 90s, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay, what do we get here? We got Mr. Ewok on H for the short piece. We got FU. I get it, dude. Thanks, Paul. And then Danny on R for the Death Rattle. And then Tej meant, so wait, Tej, you did N and then you meant S with A, but I think I should give Jim S. Oh, okay, all right. Jim, you want to give it up to him, so I'll let you guys decide. It becomes a shit show when I try and decide. A moral shit show in my head. A conundrum, one would say. Okay, you stay there. All right, I'm going to pull off the top, and then I'll put some stuff up there, and then I'll pull everything else off the wall. So give you a little time to make a decision if there's something you're eyeballing. Just as long as it's not me. I mean, you can eyeball me, but this ain't for sale. I'd sell myself. I don't care. That's what this channel is. Okay, we'll put that too. Hero Illustrated issue number 6 from December 1993 with that Amazing Fantasy 15 lenticular homage cover. It's still sealed, y'all. It's worth millions of dollars. I'm only selling it for $7. Millions. I do, Tej. I do. Elric, Windy City Publications, the first appearance of Elric in a comic. This predates Conan. Fine Plus, $55 from a independent, very independent publisher, Windy City Publications. Hello, David. Hello there. Lake Yellowwood Slaughter. If anybody's into great slasher flicks and stuff like that, that's what this comic is. It's an amazing slasher comic. Gavin Guidry is the artist. The cover's by Suspiria. It's a $35 cover price, and it's $35. So it's like buying it without paying tax. It's in perfect shape, I promise. What do we got here? Comics Journal issue number 216, Alex Ross cover with a Kurt Busiek interview and Megan Kelso and John Severin. It's a VF range. It's also only $7 American dollars. How haven't these sold yet? That's when I ask you. Spectacular Spider-Man magazine 1 and 2. One's black and white, one's color. You got that classic Romita cover. You got that classic, probably also a Romita cover. They're both Fine Plus. I mean, I've seen one of these sell for $45. They're both together $45 for the pair. If you can find a better deal, you can. Who loves some Gold Key? Golden Special Mystery Comics Digest number 8. Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery in a VF for $10. You can't go back to the grocery store and buy these anymore. I promise you that. San Diego Comic-Con program from 1989 with a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. VF, $15. I did a flip through of this on the channel. There's a lot of cool art in there, a lot of cool tribute art, and tons of stuff in there. I love going through them. I just don't always need to keep them all around. DS9P, Next Exit. This is an Andrew Robinson self-published zine, the Dusty Star. It's signed on the interior by Andrew. It's $20. And it's on S10. Akuma Hatata. Street Fighter number 6 special foil edition of Akuma. Near mint. 18 on S3. I'm going to take this stuff off. Ooh. Do those. Okay. For that, there's some stuff coming up for the Hot Topic crowd too. But first, we've got Slave Pit Funnies featuring Guar. 4 issues from 1995 and 96. Issue 1 is a VF. Issue 2 is a VF minus. Issue 3 is a VF. And then issue 4 is a VF minus. These are pretty tough to find. Somehow I've managed to have all of the Guar comics in the... And these are just, I have a couple more that are not for sale. $85 for that set on S1. You can claim S2, whatever. Sorry, Dan. Daredevil number 128, the Death Stalker. Near mint minus, $15 on G. Daredevil issue number 145, The Owl. Owsley. VF plus near mint minus. Rip James Owsley. Owsley. On S. Young Lust issue number 3. Bill Griffith goodness. Gotta love it. This is not your average or your normal romance comic. It is a sexy comic. VG for $10 on T. Death Rattle issue number 4 in a VF. Kitchen Sink goodness on D. One moment, friends. One moment. All right, loaded up with a couple more. Donald Duck Beach Party, giant size comic, issue number 5. Square bound, VG, $10 on A. Just one moment. Kira number 15 in a VF plus for 12. Hold on to your butts, because the big one's coming. I mean, it's whatever. Issue number 37, the second to last issue in a VF 75, which I think is fairly priced. Skybound X, issue number 25. This has the first, like this came out years ago. This has the first 5 or 6 pages of the first issue of Battle Beast. So it's a preview of the solo book that came out years and years later. Near mint, $10. Obviously, Otley and Kirkman. Spotlight number 7. First comic appearance of Star-Lord, I think. And that is a VF plus. Frank Miller did this cover. $7 on N. Green Lantern 50, newsstand. First appearance of Kyle Rayner, I believe. This is glow-in-the-dark cover. VF plus, $10 on B. Zap issue number 12. Spain Rodriguez cover, first print, fine, $9 on R. All right, I got 2 copies here of everybody's favorite book, right? Omaha the Cat Dancer. This is issue number 2. This is the first print from Steel Dragon Press. This one is a VF for 15 on I. And then I have a VG, same for $8 on J. It's tough to find those first prints. Any chance you have any of those Green Lantern books, the DC? I did, David, and I sold them. That probably had them last year, the last time I had them in high grade. Weird War Tales, issue number 14, but I'm always on the lookout for them. Weird War Tales, issue number 14 in a VG fine for 12 on Q, right on Q. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to see if these will sell. I think I'll sell at least 1 or 2, but we'll find out. Unexpected issue numbered 191. It's a 68 pager in a VF plus for 15 on C. Giant size Mr. Doctor Strange number 1. It's a fine for 7 on P. Strange Tales number 166 in a VG for 9. So a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, was the last time I put these out. The Batman Secrets, each one signed and remarked by Sam Keith. I debated if I wanted to sell them, and I decided today, I'm like, well, it's what I do for my job, so I'm going to put them back out. But instead of selling the set, I'm going to sell them individually. I'm not going to budge on the price, so don't even ask, due to the nature of the fact that you're not getting these again. They are all high grade. I wouldn't shame you if you said I want to grade them. So issue number, they're 175 each. So issue number 2 has a Batman remark on you. Sometimes I forget, like, it's my job is to sell comics. Batman, Secrets number 3 with a crazy Joker remark on V. Issue number 4 with a Joker remark on W. And then a Batman remark on issue number 5. So I have no problem keeping them, but you know, the more time that I sit on inventory, the more time I'm like, I gotta sell some. So I'm always buying. Okay, Kira number 26 in a fine plus VF minus for $10. And once again, look, I always say this about my autograph stuff. If you send it in to CGC and for some reason it comes back inauthentic, I'll pay you back for your book and for all the grading costs and all that. Death Rattle number 2. I think this is volume 3. VF range, $7 on M. And then John and Vasquez, Squee number 1 and 2. Believe they're both first prints. VG fine on both books, $15 for the pair on Z. Creator of Invader Zim, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and apparently all around good guy. Because my buddy Dave works with him. Okay, where is the first claim here? There you go. It's David on this. Hi. And Tej on this. It's like old school Dave Vengerino's in here with Iconic and Tej. Like these are Instagram homies when I used to sell on Instagram every week. All right, Zontaire. And then I got your information. Thank you for filling that out. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, you got me singing fucking Fred Durst now. God damn it. Just leave me alone. Nothing gonna change. Anyway, Tej loves it when I do that. Back when I used to do like, y'all don't know, some of you do, but a lot of you don't know that like my Instagram shows used to be just me like singing Korn, selling books, and then doing Jar Jar Binks impressions, and then Comic Tim would join, and it would be weird. It would get real weird. Haven't seen Comic Tim since like a while. It's been a couple weeks since he popped his head up in the last video. Rami was the first claim on B. And John on Q, 69 pager. Old man Leo claiming the old man Leo. First claim on K. Wow, that was kind of weird that there were 3 Ks in a row. What are you guys trying to say? Is he? I didn't know that, Mike. I've never met him. The 2021 OGs, that's right, Teach. COVID crew, that's right. Yeah, when the shirts come off and the Galactus song. Oh, what do you do? Bradley Pipkin, I'm happy to accept your claim on V. You do need to fill out the form in the description below and let me know when you do so. Otherwise, I don't have your information. I cannot bill you or ship to you. So I cannot accept your claims without filling out the form in the description below. Vince, yeah, that was fun. I mean, I still love Instagram shows. I don't have the patience for what they've done with the algorithm, and like I go live and 17 people get notified and I have 5,100 followers on Instagram. Oh no, TJ, I still have. I posted. I think you saw it the other day. I posted the say that AFib. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I reposted the one with me and that little promo reel I did with Angel the other day, where it's just him moaning. Grabbing some more books here. There's still some more Akira left for you Akira fiends, and there's other stuff for you other fiends. Where are they? Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I still have you. Somebody has that photo and or I see it every once in a while, maybe on my phone. Akira issue number 28 in a VF, $15 on R. Saw Jonan on 2012 at ECC all black custom tailored. Damn. Okay. Detective issue number 517 in a near mint minus. That's where Batman showing Alfred and Robin his junk. On G, $9. Daredevil issue 124 in a near mint, 20. On D. Speaking of, nope, that's not what I was thinking of. Strange Ventures 134, crazy cover that aliens are stealing New York. VG plus, $20. It's got a date stamp on it too, September 26, 1961. Right there. On 20 on Q. Speaking of, maybe. Speaking of Jonan Vasquez. All right, Brad, thank you for filling that out. I got you. Speaking of Jonan Vasquez, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac #1 in a second print fine for $20. They did something like on S7, they did something like 17 printings of that book. All right, Bradley, and then I just got to look to see what number it was again. It was V. Okay, thanks. Appreciate you. Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck Giant. And this is Carl Barks. This might be reprinting the first Scrooge McDuck story. VG, or the first solo Scrooge McDuck. VG, $10. No, it's okay. I got you, man. No worries. Amazing Spider-Man 265, near mint minus first Silver Sable for 30 on H. Couple more Akira here. Issue number 17 in a VF for 14 on B. Donald Dunk and whatever. It's his new name. Akira 24 VF plus near mint, $18. God, if I was still drinking and I tried to do one of these shows, I get, yeah, let's just not even go there. VF plus issue number 20, $15 on O. 1, 2, 3 more spots. Okay. Godzilla issue number 13 in a fine plus for 10 on V. DD issue number 90 in a VF. 16 on K. And then I'm going to just reprice this. Well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's Thor 184 in a 8085, $20 instead of 25. And it's got a date stamp on it as well on S6. All right, let's see what the claims were. All right, T. John R. Zontair on D for Daredevil. Hello, William McGovern. David's live again. He's not dead. I said I'm not myself. I'm not dead and I'm not for sale. Paul Anthony on H. Little did we know that we got each other through a lot during those COVID days, buying and selling. Dude, it was definitely one of the best things that we could all do with our time and our money. Create a sense and created a community, which, you know, I'm super proud of, like, creating this one. I'm super grateful for being a part of the East Bay madness, you know, with Angel and JD and you and Yellow Beanie. Like, there is nothing but love for those times, even if it was like, well, I would say it was the worst time in America, but yeah, you know. All right, $20 Zontair. Yeah, you got it, Paul. The Instagram community was great. It was great. And I'm still Bucko for life, exactly. Even though I left the Bucko chat for my own reasons. Nothing but love. All right, let's see what we got here. A couple of Doom books. Another Akira or two. Hello, Tyler. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Invincible Iron Man 149. Doom Quest in an 8.0 for 30 on H. Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance. Doom, doom, doom. Supervillain Team Up number 1. Doom and more. Fine plus VF minus 15. If you want the 2 Doom books instead of 45, I'll knock $5 off. We'll do 40. Akira number 33. Look at him. Look at him. He's just like, did I do that? VF plus near mint minus 22. Akira's like, of course I did that. I'm Akira. Feel my unholy wrench upon thee. Akira number 29 in a near mint minus. $18. See, here's the goal with interviewing mangaka. It's a Tomo. Yeah, because he's really going to want to talk to this. Oh, jeez. Ghost Manor number 2. She's like, oh, the parrot's going to eat you. Cock-a-doodle-boo. Because that's what a parrot sounds like. Fine plus $20. That's Ghost Manor number 2. Drop a deuce on R. And then we've got a Bill McGovern special, even though he probably has this book. Strange Adventures 190. The first Animal Man in costume. 3.0. What the I think I'm going to see if that's a detached centerfold, if that's what I'm reading. Yeah, 2 center pages are detached. That's why I have it as a 3.0 and I have it at a cheap price of $20 on N, and then one more up there. I feel like somebody should buy this. Wizard issue number 18, cover by Whitman, aka Bart Sears, but I got Bart to sign it. Whitman. I have one in my PC and one for sale. $50 from the King of Wizard. More covers than anybody in the first 100 issues. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, we're here, Trevor. I don't know what else to say. I don't think anybody claimed anything else. My tale has become tiresome, Dave. Let's do a couple of, all right, here we go. The Spider-Man magazines, if somebody wants them, take $10 off, 35. The Bart Sears, Whitman, $40. The Lake Yellowwood Slaughter, come on, you don't want to read it? $25. It's $10 off of the cover price and it's brand new. Those are the deals I'm offering. Davy deals, exactly. Davy deals. Big money, big prizes. I love it. If you don't know what video game that's from, you're not over 40 years old. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of the Akira that I think is still available, just to alleviate the minds of the ones who are waiting for more Akira. And it's only 2 more books anyway. Oh, first claim on 6 for $40 is going to Jamie. And then Bill's gonna take the Spidey mags because why not? For 35. Did I say 35? I think I said 35. Did I say 30 or did I say 35? I think I said 35. No whammy. No whammies is no, that was the what was the name of that show? Squared root of I don't know, whatever. Bob, I'll get to you in a second. Yes, it was Smash TV. Mike Miggy got it. What was great on R? Bob, it is a Fine Plus. Fine Plus. That would be fun. But you can't. Dude, that was one of my that was one of my favorite arcade games. You know what? Shut up, Bill. Such a great multiplayer game. All right, Bob's going to take the Ghost Manor. What was the name of that game, Derek? The game show with the no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. I can't remember the name of it. Akira 34 in a VF Plus, 25 on R. Press your luck. Thanks, Derek. I used to watch the hell out of it. That, Hollywood Squares, Family Feud, Jeopardy, Price is Right, and Wheel of Fortune once in a while. Akira 36 in a VF. Third to last issue, $35 on T. Literally have the second and third to last issues. I'd buy that for $1. I mean, David, you know, probably my top 10 favorite movies of all time. My dad took me to see fucking RoboCop in the theater, and it came out in 87. I was barely 8 years old. Betty, number 88, with this great cover by Stan Goldberg of Archie giving mouth to mouth for a sprained ankle. Near mint minus. Fun one, $8 on you. Anyone need a Love and Rockets number 18 in a near mint minus first print? 15 on S6. Hip Hop Family Tree, the Free Comic Book Day, Ed Piskor joint, near mint minus. I think Africa Bambaataa died today. $10 on I. House of Mystery issue number 297 in a near mint minus newsstand, cover by Joe Kubert, part of the I Vampire. No, You Vampire, not I. Dazzler number 1. This is the black and white color error variant. If you don't know what that is, there's 2 pages that are supposed to be in color and they are printed in black and white. Year mint, 20 On W, 2 more. Daredevil issue number 166, part of the Frank Miller run, near mint, 20 on X. And then I got a little bundle here. Marvel Comics Presents bundle with all Sam Keith art. This is the first Cyber and the first Sam Keith book. Near mint minus. 87 is a near mint minus. 88 is a near mint. 90 is a VF plus. 95 is a near mint. 100 is a near mint minus, and then 120 is a near mint. So all Sam Keith Marvel Comics Presents 45 on S11. All right, let me get to the claims and comments. I see people talking about game shows. All right, Bob, I got you on that. Press your luck, right? Oh, you know, I think I heard about it. I haven't seen the documentary, but I've heard about it. Double Dare was great. That's right. And then Nickelodeon Finders Keepers. That was a fun one too. All right, Palladino on 11 Rockets. Hell to the yes. Yes, that was the thing I think that appealed to us at a young age. It's not happening. The Eddie Peacon's not happening this year. They're taking a year off because it was a little too stressful to keep doing it. Plus, Bree is getting married. Max S11 Tej, I love you too, and thanks for claims. But they're doing IC3 again, which is a bigger version of that. IC3 might be what you should do instead, Brad. It's up in Providence, I believe. It's run by the same people that run OAX, my friend Kazra and Matt Sardo. Marks, there's a form in the description below. It's on my website, westcoastavengers.com. You just fill it out with your name, your address, and your email address so I can get in contact with you and ship to you. And then I have my email open, so I'll see when it comes through, and then you're good to claim. Yeah, nobody needs anything with Kanye. I get what you mean. You need that cover, but nobody needs anything with Kanye. What's on S? S is Supervillain Team Up number 1, John, in a fine plus VF minus. I do this for 10 if you want it, because I offered the Iron Man in this for 40. So if you want to take that for 10, you can. All right, let me clear up the top row here. Put out some more fun stuff here. No problem, John. Any fans of Kago Shintaro? This is Kago Shintaro's, what the hell's the name of it? Oh, Anamorphosis. It's a Japanese book. You can tell by the cover it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. 35 on S7. He's probably going to be somebody that I am going to interview or try to get for an interview by the end of this year with Fantagraphics, because they're publishing him now. Again, I should say. Another Fantagraphics book. Now, sir, is this Your Missing Gonad from the great Jim Woodring, one of the nicest printed books you'll ever see, featuring his character, Frank. He's got a new book coming out soon. And then it's got a sketch in there by Mr. Jim Woodring. $60 on S6. All right, here's a big lot or run coming up of a Marvel character I think is highly underrated. Okay, here we go. Astonishing Tales Deathlock. Number 25 is the first appearance, George Perez. VG Fine. Number 26, Fine. And then it skips a bunch of books. You go to 30, Fine, Fine Plus. 31, a lot of this is Rich Buckler, if not all of it. 31 is a Fine Plus VF minus. 32 is a VF minus. 34 is a VF minus. 35 is a VF range. And then one of my favorite covers, 36 is a VF minus. So it's the first, second appearance and a bunch of the other ones. $70 for that on S11. Oh, I forgot about these. Woo! I'll do those, and then I want to do, where is it? Ah, yes. I know this is expensive, but I'm very surprised that this didn't sell yesterday. We all love Shintaro Kago. John Wick, the 5-issue miniseries from Dynamite. Issue 1 is a cover D, I believe. Yeah, cover D by John Cassidy. VF Plus. Number 2 is a near mint minus. Number 3 is a VF plus. Number 4 is a near mint. And number 5 is a near mint. All first print, $150 on S1. I'm going to be taking these all down in just a moment. So if there's something you want, claim it. So this is Tsuge Yoshiharu, who just passed away a couple weeks ago. This is Nuji Shiki, aka Screw Style. This is a different version of the ones that you normally see because it has comic strips mixed in with stills from the movie. This is a pretty cool thing. I know Sean is completely out of these, and he has been for a while. I picked this up on my first trip. That's $50. It's like a VF minus, VF range. And then more Japan stuff is the Spawn 20 silver issue. And it has the Obi on it, as you can see. It's in excellent shape. VF plus, $40 on S3. I'll just see if there's any. Okay. All right. I'm going to check the claims real quick, and then I will. You got that? All right. Oh. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get Kago on. Yeah, because he goes through Mansion Press. Yeah, the Max is wild. It's great. A and V. I got you on that, Ross. And then, what was that offer? Bob is 10 on J. Yeah, Bob, you got it. And then Jim on O for Akira 20. Jim Coffee 15. And then Bob on this for 10. All right. And then once I get all those books off, I'm just going to fill up everything. I got to say, it's kind of nice to not do $5 rounds for a show. It helps me pace a little bit better and get through more books. But the $5 round will be back for the next sale, which will be on the 22nd. With any luck. Oh, yeah, let's do those two. Oh, shit. I didn't even remember that this was in this pile. Some good books. Mark, I usually don't take any offers, anything under $10. And I said it already once tonight, but if you're new here, like, try and claim some stuff at full price before you ask for discounts. Airboy number 5. Yes, Dave Stevens. Oh, I was born in the darkness. Anyway, VF. $25 on G. Viking Heroes number 5 with that great Michael Thibodeau cover in a VF Plus. 18 on S. Some people call it the second appearance of the Punisher. Some people call it the third. I say whatever floats your boat. But it is the second cover appearance of the Punisher. Amazing Spider-Man number 135. I love this cover. Such a great cover design. And it's VF minus for 110 on C. Like I said, totally forgot that I didn't put that out last night. Any fans of Smythe Andy Cap? There's 2 comic strip novels, Rise and Shine and None of Your Lip. $10 for the pair. They're in really great shape. As opposed to me. Strange Tales number 161, The Second Doom. Yellow Claw. That's John from Bronze and Modern God's favorite character, I think. Fine, $8, or at least he loves the Yellow Claw. It's the claw. I forgot about this, and somebody asked about it last night, and I actually just threw it in a bag of board today. This is the low-grade Miracle Man 15 that I got in the collection. It does have staple rust. It is a fine plus. It is also the most violent comic ever made. It's fantastic. Death of Kid Miracle, John Toddleman, Alan Moore, $25 on B. Dave, did I score anything? No, I didn't. I bid on a bunch of stuff, but one of our community members, Marco, I'm not going to say what he got, but he won a bunch of stuff. And I had a fun time. It was great. My Mark Silvestri interview was great. Love you getting our generation artists to sit down and talk in the depths. Well, thanks, Bradley. That's what I love to do. I can tell you one person that's never coming on the podcast, and I'm sure you can guess who that is. Uncle Scrooge, number 34, in a good, very good, great Barks book and cover, $6 on F. Oh, I love talking to Mark. He was awesome. Tomb of Dracula, number 59, in a fine, $8 on O. Mystery in Space, number 99, VG fine, $15. I still gotta get Wilson, and I've talked to him a bunch, and I've talked to his wife, and she's awesome. I gotta wait till the schedules line up. John Wick, number 5. This is the photo cover variant, variant cover C, in a near mint minus for 30 on T. And if you want that and the full set, instead of 180, I'll do 165. So I'll cut that book right in half, price-wise. Yes, no, this is your imagination. You're watching it a rerun, Daryl. Amazing Spider-Man 375 in a VF plus, $8. Yes, it is Rob Liefeld. I inadvertently started a beef with him yesterday. I mean, not inadvertently, but he was searching his name, so. Daredevil 154 in a VF range, $10. And then if you are looking for another copy of that book, I think, yes, this is a higher grade. Daredevil number 154 in a VF plus near mint minus for 15 on K. It's the future, and the future is reruns that you can interact with. Unity, issue number 1. This is the gold version and the silver or platinum version. I forget which one's the rarer of the two, but they're both near mint. And 311 is down for the Unity, and so am I. $20 for the pair. Unity of the Unity. All right. Sorry. It's just sometimes you fall into a 311. Secrets of the Haunted House, there's a little bundle. Issue number 16 in a near mint minus. Issue number 17 in a VF plus near mint. And issue number 18 in a VF plus. Kaluta cover plus somebody else. I can't see. 18 for the trio of the books on 8. Crazy Eights. Unexpected issue number 200 in a newsstand. VF Plus near mint minus, $7. And I don't know, Bradley, if you watched any of my Japan coverage. Good night, Jim. I spoke to Jim Lee in person at Tokyo Comic Con, and I knew he does, like he can't do it. He doesn't do interviews because he's the president of DC, and he's never done a podcast before. So it's unlikely I'll get him anytime soon. But he was extremely nice to talk to. We talked about it for a while. 16 Moon Knight 16 and a near mint for $10. Like, first off, like somebody like him does not require to have a 6 or 7 minute conversation with somebody about podcasts and like doing interviews and stuff. But he gave me time to talk and he was extremely nice. And I understand that the president of a company as large and as impactful as DC can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to go do a podcast. But he knows who I am. We talked. That's all I can ask for is somebody giving me the time and the actual response. New Mutants 19 in a near mint, $7. He actually told me if he ever does a podcast, he has to do Tim Ferriss's podcast first because Ferriss is a huge podcaster, but they went to college together. Or high school. I think it was college. And at the end of the day, like, I don't get upset or bummed out if somebody tells me no, and I won't stop asking if I don't get an answer. So if you don't answer, I'm going to ask again eventually. I'm going to follow up. See Todd by Todd, the first 5 issues of Spider-Man, all near mint, the entire storyline of Torment, $35. And any comic artist or anybody in any field that's like trying to break into something will always tell you, like, be persistent and don't stop. I mean, the greatest lesson that we could all learn from Todd McFarlane and all of his rejection letters is don't fucking stop trying. Avengers World 1 near mint, Scotty Young variant cover, $10 on R. And honestly, I feel like a rant coming. I feel like a rant. What's up, Samuel? I will. I'll put a pin in it, though. Captain America and the Mighty Avengers #1, another Scotty Young variant cover, $10 near mint on Q. Justice League issue number 45 in a fine, $10 on N. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. Okay. Give me one moment to grab another book or two. All right, we've got Weird War Tales issue number 88 in a near mint minus for 12 on M. Grimm's Ghost Stories issue number 23 in a VF plus, issue number 29 in a near mint minus, and issue number 30 in a VF plus. All 3 of these higher grade gold key books, 25 on Z. Dark Adventures #1 with the great Marko Djurdjevic variant cover. Marko was on the podcast a couple weeks back. Real nice dude. VF plus, $10. I think his work ethic shocks people, like how he does not stop working. Herc #1, this is a hip hop variant cover by Theodis Jones. I am not aware of that artist at all. Olympic Flame near mint, $12. I assume he's not a comic book guy. He might be an album cover guy. Issue number on J, it's 154. Steel Sterling, Mighty Comics presents The Man of Steel. Number 46 in a VG fine, $8 on A. All right, let me check the claims. I think the first one was Ross. Yeah, I think Ross. Oh, wait, no, I got to go back further. Laser Viking G. And beat out everybody else on that. Vince on the cartoon books, the cartoon strip books. And then it came to Ross on the Scrooge. Where are we at? We're at an hour and 36. So yeah, I'll probably do like maybe a little over 2 hours tonight, and then chat for a little bit. And then I'm gonna watch the first episode of the new season of The Boys. I mean, it would be nice, Jim. I'm not holding my breath for it. And yes, that's who it was. Um, I'm not holding my breath for it, but I'm not gonna. He didn't say no. He just didn't say yes. Yeah, yeah. He's like that all the time. So no harm, no foul. You know how sad a human you have to be to spend your free time searching yourself. Yeah. All right, John on the haunted house lots. Thank you, John. Rob has had some great interviews about talking comics, but he does get a bit. Yeah, it's the behavior online is what it is with him. Sorry, Mike. No spawn nights. Literally just walked up to Jim Lee after the Eisner Awards and we talked for 5 minutes. He is right, Brad. He's such a nice guy. I've met him a bunch of times in my life, and he's always been very, very courteous, but also like you. There's a thing that I notice with people, and this is not just comic book people. Micah, yeah, yeah. It's not just comic book people. I'll go over that in a minute. Um, but people in general, like everybody's got their heads thinking about whatever. I always try to appreciate and give the same courtesy. If somebody's talking to me about something that I can be like, oh yeah, this person's really passionate, or it requires a little attention. Jim Lee was one of those guys that he was just paying attention. We were having a conversation. He was very present, and I was very appreciated for that. Um, Especially because he's at a con, but they were done with the signing for the day, so we just walked over and talked to him. And yeah. Anyway. All right. Yes, very much. Zontaire on K on the higher grade one. I mean, McFarlane's like that too. Yeah. Yeah, Jim is a real one. All right, Micah, let me go over those for the Astonishing Tales real quick here. Back before I was like when I used to be an autograph collector, before I even met Todd at a signing, I met him somewhere else. I'm not kidding you. Had a stack of stuff to get signed. He signed it all, but we talked for like a half hour. And it was just like, that was the first time I met him. And I was like, holy fuck, this guy that I've been appreciating his art and like appreciating him and all the things he's done my whole life. Like he just sat there and talked to me for a half hour about hockey. And I think that's all we talked about was hockey. And I was just like, man, he left such a good impression of me when I was like 25 or something. I was like a fan for life. All right, Astonishing Tales 25 is the first appearance. That's a VG fine. 26 is a fine. 30 is a fine plus. 31 is a fine plus VF minus. 32 is a VF minus. 34 is a VF minus. 35 is a VF range. 36 is a VF minus, and it's $70. Nobody is required. Mike Choi posted something on social media on something yesterday, and somebody was like, "Oh, you should sign all of your books that I bought because I'm paying your salary." And he's like, "No, the books is the reward for your money." And he basically kind of went off on a tangent, like, I don't owe anything to anybody outside of the work that you're paying for that I do. And he wasn't saying it to be mean, but he was putting it into perspective as like, don't expect anything else from the artist or the writer other than what you bought. You know, like when you buy a comic from, you know, the comic store and it's new and whatever, or you go up to somebody's table and you buy something and they're like, oh, you know, signature's $5 on top of it. It's like, well, they don't owe you that signature. And I never complain about that shit. I complain about if it's somebody being an asshole, that's a different story. Like when I met Alexander Ovechkin at a signing, the first signing he ever did in New York, he was such a dick and the autograph was like $125. I'm like, you don't have to do anything, but you don't have to be like a grumpy asshole. Nobody's forcing you to be here. You could have just not done the signing and taken the millions of dollars you're making as a hockey player and said, okay, I'm good. Anyway, that's just me. Yep. 100%. That's awesome. You know, when he walks around SDCC, I hear stories all the time of like people he'll stop and talk to people because that's just who he is. He's Canadian after all. Very nice people. And yet I met Crosby the first time he ever played at Madison Square Garden and he was as nice as could be. So I don't know. Everybody's got their off days, but when you're at a public signing that people are paying $100, like that's where you just kind of either say, no, I'm not doing it, or you stuff your feelings down, put a smile on your face and say, thanks for the $25,000 that I just made. I'm happy to smile at you while you pay for my autograph. 1959, Uncle Scrooge 25 in a 5-0. That's the whole thing is, it's in the words, public appearance, not put your head down. When somebody says, oh, Alexander, nice to meet you, and you just look up and put your head back down. He speaks English. Anyway, House of Mystery 266, VF Plus, $7. Wasn't asking him to have a conversation. Was just saying nice thing. All right, let's check this out. This also came from the collection this past weekend. Witchcraft, #1. This is a platinum edition. It comes with the DC Comics letter to the store in 1994. I'll show that off for a second. Bruce Bristow. Check that out. The old DC stationery. So they're holding up the logo. You can kind of see it. Oh, the light's too bright. Anyway, I probably should have priced this a little more because of that letter, but I'm not going to charge. I'm not changing the price. It's a VF range, and it's $7 on R. Justice League of America, issue number 107. In a 3.0, the centerfold's detached. It's only $10 on E. Sorry, I went off on a rant. Feeling ranty today. Bruce Lee, #1, Malibu Comics with a Mortal Kombat preview. Mortal Kombat! Boop, 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 boop. VF Plus, $7 on K. Another platinum edition, Black Orchid. So these are maybe one per store. Jill Thompson, Dick Foreman, and Stan Walk. Never heard of Stan Walk. VF, $8 on O. I don't know if they're one per store, if it was just like a preview for stores to show, maybe. Still have another set of this, which is the Batman Grendel, Devil's Bones, Devil's Dance by Matt, friend of the channel, Wagner. In a, I think they're both near mint minus, $10 on S8. Where Creatures Roam, #3. Look at those Easter Island looking fuckers. VF range, $18. There's a girl that my roommate used to know. I used to call her Easter Island Head because her head looked like an Easter Island statue rock thing. Anyway, I didn't make up the nickname. Werewolf by Night, #7 in a VF. Plus, I was in my 20s. Nobody says anything nice in their 20s. Early 20s. Look, I was a little shit in my 20s. Walt Disney's Comics number 159, 19, I don't know, it was probably like 61 or 62. It's a 52 pager. VG fine, $8 on S4. Is that Violet I just saw pop into the stream? Almost 2 hours. All right, let's get some claims in here. I think I got that. That was the last claim that I took. Bob on F. And then Jamie on R. Met Todd when I went to STCC as a kid. It was the coolest. Didn't know it was a ticket sign. He got online when he found out. That is very sweet of him. Very sweet, man. First claim on K. It's going to be Jamie. One of the other really best experiences I had at a con when I was a kid was Stephen Platt. Paul, this is Screw Style or Neji Shiki by Suge Yoshiharu, who just passed away. This is a different version than the normal one that you kind of see, which is the full body. It's got strips and mixed in with screenshots from the movie, plus a bunch of different interviews in here. It's all in Japanese, obviously. I think it's like 30 years old or more. And then this is Jim Woodring's Now Sir, Is This Your Missing Gonad? With this, sketch plate in the first page, and it's like one of the most one of the nicest printed books of Woodring. And then I just saw your claim on S8. I'll save my interaction with Rob from Wizard World for days when we meet in person. Last time I saw Mark was shaking his hand. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. Issue number 7. Russ is going to grab the Disney's comics. Yes. Yeah, I met him again. I saw him at Heroes. But my interaction with him when I was a kid was like his first, I think it might have been his first big con in New York. It was at Hofstra University, and Gordie Howe was like one of the big guests there who couldn't have been nicer. But I met Platt. I asked him to do a little sketch on a backing board of Wolverine, and he was just so nice. We talked for a bit, and I was a kid, and then like I think I came back the next day and sat at his table like the entire day just talking to him. And it just left such a good impression on me. It sucked when he left comics because I was bummed. I love him. And now he's back, obviously. Met Todd this past NYCC at it. Signed your copy of Spider-Man 6. Great, super nice, and got a chat. I love hearing these interactions about Todd. All right, Tyler, have a good night, brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh yeah, you met Todd. Would love to get Splat and try out book. He would do it. I think he would. And I've been wanting to get him on the program, but he told me himself, he's just like, I am not easy to schedule. I was like, I get it. Probably going to end the claims soon, but I'm still going to put up some stuff before I do. Wow, there's a weird War Tales that nobody claimed. That's a first. Tyler. I only like the monster ones. You're a monster, Tyler. I have a almost complete max run, but it hasn't been claimed in 2 different sales, so I'll probably put that on a place where more people see it. It's called eBay. Oh, I guess I have one more Akira that didn't sell, and the thing that Jamie asked about, so I'll put that out too. I met Joe Kelly at MegaCon. Guy's super nice. Talked to him for a while. Joe Kelly. I don't know if I know Joe Kelly. Joe Casey, I know. He left to go to Hollywood and did storyboarding. He storyboarded a lot for Marvel movies, in the beginning. He was a pivotal person in like the beginning of the MCU. He storyboarded the I think one of the biggest scenes that he storyboarded was the Iron Man when he comes back with the first Iron Man suit, like the Mach 1 or whatever it is, and he shoots the thing with the tank and then he walks away. Like he storyboarded that scene. Get Gouda. All right, I'm not familiar with you. If you want to claim, you have to fill out the form in the description below. Gives me your contact info and your shipping address. And then once you fill that out, you just confirm in the comments that you filled it out. I take PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, friends and family only, no goods and services, because I don't want to pay a fee to anybody to take money. And then I have your shipping info and your contact info. So we take care of that tomorrow via email. Did the crumb cover go yesterday or did you keep it in the PC? The crumb cover. What crumb cover are we talking about, Danny? Let me know what you are talking about. I think that's Steranko. Yeah, it's Steranko. Amazing Spider-Man number 71. Peach Momoko variant signed by Peach herself. Got it signed in Tokyo this year. Oh, the Bizarre Sex. Paul, I think it did sell, Danny. Paul might have bought it. I'll take a look though. 110 near mint on R. Akira 19 in a VF Plus 15. I think most of the crumb stuff from the collection went out yesterday, but I'll look in the boxes in just a moment. Donald Duck's Beach Party number 6. Centerfold is detached. It's only $6. It's a thick boy. Amazing Spider-Man 260 in a VF Plus. $7 on S4. Secrets of the Haunted House issue number 24 in a VF Plus for $6 on 7. Sea Devils number 28 in a Fine Plus for 10 on S8. Viking Heroes number 6 today's VF Plus, $7 on S9. Zap Comics number 9 with that S. Clay Wilson cover in a Fine Plus VF minus for 10. Oh, I have to watch that. I actually just pitched Bernthal on the podcast. His PR person is very nice, but he's on Broadway right now with what's his name, and they can't really schedule anything with him right now. Kingdom of Evil. I have a feeling he's somebody I could actually get. Kingdom of Evil number 1 in a VF second print, $10. I absolutely think that he's a great person and I'd love to talk to him. Not just about like comics and stuff, just about life. He talks a lot about mental health and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I would love to have a conversation with him. Let's see. I got another. There was something else I wanted to put up. Oh, yeah, it was the crumb stuff. I want to see if I have anything in here, but I don't see anything. But I'll put this up since Daredevil has been selling well tonight. Daredevil number 80 in a VF minus for 15 on A. All right. Danny, are you claiming? Yeah, you're claiming S10. You know, I've never watched it. I've seen clips of it. It's hard for me to endure listening to Shia LaBeouf because he's just, I don't know. I feel like the dude, he's so troubled, and it's sometimes listening to him, it's like a little weirdly triggering. No, I don't hate nap takers. I actually, Paul, I've mastered I shit you not, I've mastered the art of the like 12-minute nap. It's like one of the greatest things. I got you on this one. Dave, do I have a hot take on The Punisher? No, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it. Look, I know after seeing if they're going for the same vibe that they did in this first season of Born Again, I'm so in, because the Punisher series was boring as hell, and every time that he's in Daredevil, it's the opposite. Yeah, Shia is very troubled. Oh, maybe I'll watch it. I have a volume 1, Ross, if you want it. They're 25 each. Shears, let's see, HS4 and F. Thank you, my friend. What was it? It was H and S4. Come on, Jamie, you know you want it. Q is Werewolf by Night 7 in a VF. Bob. Okay, let me grab one for you right now. If anybody is interested in the Many Faces of Kirby, I'll show one off right now. You can listen to me talk while I walk to the room where they're in. And it is the zine that I published with my buddy Andrew P. It was a tribute to the faces that Jack Kirby drew. We did 2 volumes. I only have volume 1 left in stock. And these are matte finish. And these are photos of the actual books. I sent stacks to Andrew. What he didn't have, or what he had, he photographed his own stuff. That's the Many Faces of Jack Kirby. A little bit of history with younger Shia. You know, so does, you probably know Alex, so does Alex Pardee. And yeah, mental illness is fucking tough, man, especially when you add addiction in there. Alcohol does not serve people well, especially troubled people. Yeah. No, but it's weird, X. Like, I'll try and take like a 25-minute nap, and it always goes 12 minutes. And it's very strange. And so I've mastered it. All right, Reggie, I've got your information, and oh shit. Oh, did he just claim the Akira that you wanted to claim? Reggie, I'm sorry. What was the book? Oh, it was the Weird War Tales. Okay, it was the Weird War Tales. I got you. Sorry. Thanks, Reggie. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Get Gouda 182. And then Bob claimed Q. My bad. All right, I got you. Cheers with the Coke Zero. Micah, cheers with some Todd McFarlane water. Tastes like Todd. Hey, bud. Exactly, John. All right, let me take down a couple of things that have been up for a little bit. And then I'll just refresh the wall. I'll put some new stuff up, and then we'll close out the sales and, hang out and talk if anybody for a bit, or not too long though. I'm gonna watch some TV tonight. There you go. Handbook of the Marvel Universe, trade paperback, volume 1 and volume 3. They're both in great condition. VF plus, 30 for the pair on M. Batman number 257, 100-page thick boy in a VF minus for 35 on G. Sandman number 1, VF plus near mint minus 75, first appearance of Morpheus. Amazing Spider-Man number 7. This is the Deadpool variant, which is an homage to what Spider-Man 32. Near mint, $12 on Q. Harley Quinn number 1, Sankiewicz variant cover, signed by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. VF plus near mint minus 30. Hello there, Christopher Tropenheim. This is Edge of Spider-Verse 3, the comic mint variant cover in near mint, retailer exclusive, 15 on E. I was just rewatching, rewatched Edge of Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. I think that's still one of my top 5 favorite comic book movies, if not top 3. Aliens. This is that mini promo comic from Dark Horse. It's near mint minus. I sold one already for 30. I've got more than one left, but it would require multiple claims. It's not Isisagawa. It's Suge Ishikaru, who just passed away. Shuge. It's screw. I'll tell you what it is. Give me one sec. Screw you. Crisis on Infinite Earths number 6 in a high grade near mint. $12 on P. Tsuge Yoshiharu, screw style, otherwise known as, I guess, Niji Shiki. Iron Man number 120, first Justin Hammer in a VF. $12 on S10. Stray Bullets number 10, signed by David Lapham in a fine plus, $6 on N. Hulk number 282, first meeting of She-Hulk and Hulk in a VF for 8 on O. Planetary number 1 in a near mint minus for 15 on C. Tales to Astonish 84, shirtless Namor, 4045. Let's just do 20 on it. $20 on B. House of Mystery issue number 309 in a near mint for 15. That's a newsstand. On A. Detective issue number 519 in a near mint minus for 7. On 2. Daredevil 144 in a VF range. Manbull. On S3 for 6. Walt Disney Comics number 134. That's the first appearance of the Beagle Boys. This is a VG for 35 on S4. All right, let's check the chat for the claims. It would be nice. It would be nice. Amanda and Jimmy are so nice. Yeah. I've interviewed Jimmy before. I'd do it again if Amanda, I'd like to have both of them. Ralph, okay, I got you on this. I thought you claimed this yesterday, but that was that confusing time. No, he seems like a nice guy. Zontair on 3 on the Daredevil. The Beagle Boys are like the main protagonists of Scrooge, right? Because they're always trying to steal his stuff. Or antagonists. Casual Gaming Post, what's the grade on H? I think I have it as a VF plus near mint minus. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the few that was unscathed in that collection that I got this weekend. Vince is asking S6 for 60. Wait, 50? Yeah, Vince. Vince is a long-time Dave Angelino. And he's an awesome person. And then I got this TMNT Volume 4, number 5 in a near mint for 15 on S6. Just put it right there. Midsummer Night's Dream is a great issue. And then the Cats, what is it? The Cat's Dream is one of the greatest. I think it's one of the greatest comic books, period. Like single issues of a comic. And that was Kelly Jones. And Midsummer was Charles Vess. Some of the best artists that have ever worked in comics worked on this book. Sam Keith, Mike Allred, Matt Wagner, Charles Vess, Kelly Jones, Mike Dringenberg, Jill Thompson, a bunch of others that I'm forgetting. Vince Locke, I believe Vince Locke did some issues of Sandman. Hello, Mark. Yeah, sales going well. Just kind of slowing it down. Seeing if there's anything that anybody saw that wanted me to bring it out again. Looking for anything genre-wise that I can bust out. Any Joseph Michael Linsner fans in here? I'll put this out. Deadpool Batman #1 variant cover by the DWJ. D-Dubs. Near mint, $8 on S7. Casual Gaming Poet, did you fill out the form in the description below? Because I need you to do that. It gives me your name, shipping address, and contact info. Without it, I can't accept any claims. And just confirm that you filled it out in the chat, and I'll get you H. Any more sub $10 books? I can look. Is N signed? Yeah, it's signed by Lapham. We are all acolytes of DWJ. Andy, let me look. Casual Gaming Poet. I might have to have you fill it out again because I just typed that in and it did not bring anything up. Hold on. That's weird. It brings up an email address. Can you tell me the first 3 letters of that email address and I'll confirm if it's you? I do not want to dox your email on stream. Get Gouda. What is my PayPal? Because I want to hurry and get a payment established so that I feel more comfortable buying more before the show ends. Sure, I'll just type it into the... You don't have to, I mean, I'm the one who has to worry that somebody's not going to pay. I'm not going anywhere, but that's my PayPal. One-handed typing sucks. I think I recognize that name. Yeah, all right, Don, I got you. Thank you. That's what it's under. It's under Basket of Jams. Appreciate it. I'll get you on that, and then Paul's claiming this. Yeah, I think everybody understands. I have to cover my ass to know who's buying the books, because I don't want to. It's only happened a couple of times where somebody claimed something and they didn't fill out the form, and I thought that they did. And anyway, all right, Basket of Jams, I got you, Don. Get Goody, you're welcome to PayPal me the price for the book, but like I said, you can claim as much as you want. And then I'm just going to send you an email tomorrow with the total and the payment info. and then you just pay me, and then I'll start shipping on Saturday. Somebody asked me, Andy asked me. Let me see what's in here, Andy. Give me 1 sec. Oh, I know there's some Daredevil people in here. There's another Daredevil book. I am smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. Ross might be into that since he's a Kirby guy. I am smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. Or because I'm dead and bloated. Oh, Christ. Sorry, I'm just down here looking at comic booklets. You know, the thing that you all came here to see. The new people are like, is he always like this? Yeah, unfortunately he is. Or fortunately. Does he talk to himself like this? Well, people are listening. All right. Amazing Spider-Man number 241, VF plus near mint minus. The Vulture. $10 on H. Unexpected issue number 210 in a VF plus. $7 on N. $7. Yeah, Jamie. There's only one. Daredevil number 106 in a VF minus for 8 on S3. Take these down. I'm going to put another little bundle of joy up. We got some Commandi. The Last Boy on Earth. Issue 1 in a fine. Issue 2 in a VG fine. Issue 3 in a VG fine. Issue 4 fine plus VF minus. 5 VF. 6 VF range. 7 fine plus VF minus. 9 VF plus, and then 10 in a VF plus. All of those for 70. New Mutants Annual number 1 in a near mint minus for $6 on S10. And then let's see what we got here. I think I saw S6. Okay. I got you on S6. The Turtles. I like Turtles. And then Sandman number 50, Distant Mirrors, signed by Gaiman. Fine plus, and it comes with that little cert. 15, I'll put that on S6. All right, I'll do one more shelf. And then I'm not going to put anything else out because I'm a little exhausted. Just trying to find some stuff that goes along with some of the claims tonight. Or stuff. No, I don't really want to even sell that, so it doesn't matter. All right, we got some claims. Ross on S10, which is the Kirby's, as I predicted. Right, Ross? You were claiming the Kirby's, not the New Mutants. Oh, wait, no, that is S10. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And then, I mean, there is a chance that if you're in the Patreon, I mean, I may do an episode. I do not want to. The problem is, I don't care about talking about it or him and ranting. I don't want to deal with the fucking. I don't know if you've ever been a part of. I'm still a member of the Rob Liefeld Facebook group because it's like a car accident. I can't fucking look away. But like the people in that group, he could say, somebody could come in and be like, the sky is blue. And then Rob could have written a book called The Sky is Purple and Polka Dots. And the people in that group would say that the sky, they would go outside and they'd say the sky is purple and polka dots. That's why I don't want to deal with his online people. Ultimate Endgame 1, Sanford Green cover wraparound. Near mint minus, it has one little, a couple little ticks here because those blind bags were horrendous. And that's $7 for S. Yeah, I got you, Russ. Blue Beetle Volume 2, Number 2 VF range, $40, Golden Age book. If somebody wants it, I'll do it for $30 on T. GSX Storm, one shot, Alex Ross Timeless cover and an inner mint for $15 on U. My Cocaine. Ghostly Tales issue number 55, which I think is the first appearance of, the host, Mr. L. Dead. It's a good, very good, $30 on X. Yeah. Tarzan presents Edgar Rice Burroughs Weird Worlds, issue number 4, Mark Jeweler, in a fine plus VF minus for $16. I don't know if you haven't read this. This is one of the best horror books in a long time. Garth Ennis, Becky Cloonan, The War, all 3 issues collected. It was originally published in Hello Darkness. That's just that story, $15 near mint. Exactly. Yeah. It's always wild to me how grating Rob can be online, but guys like Fife and Kayfabe Boys. Well, I mean, I talked to Fife about him. We had a discussion in Pittsburgh about it, the online aspect of it. Burn is similar, Echo Chabo. Yeah, and Burn I think is, because he's not really online, it's a little bit easier to deal with that. Yes. Well, here's the thing. Look, I'm just going to echo something that Bill McGovern said that we were talking about. Kayfabe, those guys were able to bring like a coolness back to Rob's work and like the energy and what he did for the independent comics. And like they kind of gave Rob like a new, I wouldn't even say appreciation, but just like an ease off the harshness that people would talk about him with. And when Rob would come on the show, like he was infectious, enthusiastic. But that only happened because of the two of them. I'm just calling a spade a spade. And look, for my part, the thing about that bumps me out about it is like I never disliked him. I never shat on his art. I collected his books. I own some of his original art. But I just don't. The more I get to know a lot of these people, the more I realize like you don't have to be like that. You know, when Ed, the whole thing with kayfabe, the word kayfabe means that we are in on the idea that this is a character. Jim is more stoic and true to who he was as a person. Ed played a character on kayfabe, which was part who he was and part wrestling. And we all got that. So if he shit on something, it came from a place of loving comics. Just like if I talk, or Chris or somebody talks bad about, like, criticizes a comic, it's because we love comics, and anybody criticizes. He wasn't shitty to people. You don't have to be fucking shitty to people. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's been a weird day. Hey, Jim. There he is. Yes, I was gonna call you this week because I'm back on the, having a little bit of a break. John. 210. Big giant ass gorilla. Magilla gorilla. Kayfabe reframed. Yes, there you go. There you go. You said it very well, Micah. It's an old Ink Pulp episode with Ed, Brandon Graham, and one other pro talking about the impact of Rob when Graham did Profit. Oh, I never listened to that. Shit. I didn't even know that it was on Ink Pulp. I had no clue. I'll have to check that out. Zalmore's story was hilarious. Yeah, that's fine. But that's also part of kayfabe, right? Is being full of shit. It's the show. It's the character. People want to be shitty, have at it, but don't cloak yourself in Jesus every 5 minutes. It's cringe as fuck. And also, ink studs. Okay. And also, don't respond to people, I have millions of dollars, I'll be okay. That just makes me dislike you. Anyway, hold on. Hello. If there's anybody that wants anything from the wall, that's fine. I'm going to chill for a little bit on my floor. I'm kneeling. Taking a knee, y'all. Taking a knee. But you can still buy something. You got it, buddy. So yeah, there's the next sale that I do, I'll probably do a graveyard sale, stuff that's been kind of deceased for a couple of months. If you've been to some of those graveyard sales, it's usually 20 or 25% off, whatever the sticker price is. So I'll probably do one of those. ANX for 35, Bob. ANX for 35, Bob. ANX for 35, Bob. You got it, Bob. Especially when there's constantly hardworking comic artists and writers that need campaigns for healthcare and such. Yeah, like I don't know the guy's name. There was one that's just kind of hit the airwaves. It was he an anchor? Somebody that I forget his name. It is rarefied air to be a millionaire in comics. I mean, we know who is, and we know that's it. Everybody else isn't. All right, brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And there we go. Tom Tenney, yeah. Penciler on Forceworks, that's what it was, yeah. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. A little more Kubrick humor. Yeah, and look, I mean, there's a side of comics that is pretty nasty, and it's the it's the publisher side. It's the way that the publishers, the big two especially, have really cheapened the life of a cartoonist. And there are so many people that can offer positive interactions, positive, like propping up other cartoonists and stuff like that to highlight them to an audience if you have a large audience. I mean, that's one of the greatest things that kayfabe did, if not the single greatest thing that kayfabe did, was the joke about like the actual kayfabe effect. It was like, oh, we're going to show off a book or a cartoonist or somebody that you might not know. And next thing you know it, they have a new fan base. I mean, look, I'm sure you could ask a guy like Ken Landgraf. I'm sure you could ask even Mahfood and Fife of like what Ed and Jim did for their careers in terms of turning people onto their work. Kurt Burdick, perfect example. Nobody knew who Kurt Burdick was, and then Death of Power came on to kayfabe, and boom, same with Marty Keene. So there's good things you can do with the let's say celebrity or whatever, the megaphone you have. And then you can be the opposite and just shit on people. Or you could be the real opposite. And be Ethan Van Sciver, who is literally the hair on my scrotum. Yes, that was a very public thing. Yeah, it was. I immediately tried to get Domu after the kayfabe exposure. Yeah. Those books are hard to find. Death of Power is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. I didn't realize that Kurt has a YouTube channel where he talks about, like, he'll go through books kind of like, well, the opposite of kayfabe, because he'll read and do sound effects. It's hilarious. I watched his video on Search and Destroy before I did the interview with Kaneko, and it was very funny. And then Madi's great too. I used to have Domu, sold it when I moved 15 years ago. Got one of them here on this channel. That's right. That's right. Gekudo wants B for 15. B for 15. I'll do 20. Oh no, I said 20. I actually had it at 25, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do 15. Fuck it. Who cares? Right? I don't care. I don't mind giving bread or something. Anywho, no, David. None of you would be here if it wasn't for David. Yeah, bootlegs are cool, but it's a lot cooler when you go to Japan and you get Domu. I have one of the Domu 3000s, the oversized, and then I saw another one when I was in Japan, but it was towards the end of my trip and it wasn't worth it. It was expensive and it's big and heavy, and I'm like, it's not worth taking up my suitcase to get another one. But next time I go, maybe I'll see another one and I'll buy it that time. It's just an expensive book, the big one. Yeah, well, of course, Connor, you're a completist like myself. Rob might still be in here. I love Rob. Rob's awesome. If you don't follow Rob McCallum on the interwebs, you get to see some of the best storyboard and process artwork, and Rob's entirely digital, and it's amazing to see it. The bootleg is cheap enough to carry around and keep to the next. Well, there you go. That's good. Yen is $1. Yen is at 159 a dollar right now. So that's actually, wait, $10 in yen. $10 in yen is fuck. That's pretty good. I miss Japan so much, and then I've been hit with the huge home repairs and won't be able to go back anytime soon. You never know, Christopher. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody might say, hey, I'm going to fly you out there. And you'll be like, I believe I can fly. But no connotations to that, man. Yes. $10 is like 1,600 yen. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good, because it ain't going to fucking last long. You know that, John. Micah, yes, this has been my full-time gig as a comic seller going on 5 years, almost 5 years. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. The 5th anniversary for the channel is September of this year. And I started the channel about, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before I quit my job or something like that. Me too. Yeah, it's been, God, it's been so much fun going the last 2 years, and I really will do my best to go back at least once this year. I mean, Chris, the thing about it is, like, I appreciate you saying that. Like, I couldn't do this if I wasn't, like, organized, and I'm not OCD or anything. I just like, I enjoy a puzzle, and putting this setup together is a work in progress, especially since I moved twice since I've been doing this. And I finally found, like, the perfect setup for it, but I appreciate you saying that. I don't have my comics organized as well as you would think, but it kind of, for you, the buyer, the watcher, and for me, the seller, I actually kind of like it because I forget about stuff that I have. So I'm not selling all of the keys and all of the rare stuff every week. I'm like, I hit a box, I'm like, oh yeah, that's in here. Cool, I never sold that. That'll be a nice book to show tonight. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe you going on there. Yeah, my brain is, Chris, it's definitely built for this, and I've known that for a long time. I've done stuff kind of adjacent to this um, almost my whole life, and I appreciate you saying that. This is, I can say, I think confidently, when I visit Japan, do I find a big language barrier? No, not in the cities. People there, I think it's a very mythological thing. I think a lot of people say, oh, they don't like to deal with English speaking people. I have not found that 95% of the time. All the signs have some English. All of the trains will say what stop it is in Japanese and English. Um, by myself in Osaka and Kyoto, I had zero problem figuring anything out. I thought Osaka was a little bit colder, not temperature wise. Like the people were a little bit colder there, but then I was told that like they're just not used to the tourists as much as Tokyo or Kyoto. Kyoto was like the most beautiful place. No, I did not have problem with the language at all. In my opinion, English is enough to get around in major cities, but you go out of the rural. Yeah, that's what I figure. Like if you go where like Peach and Yo live, I think that's more rural, and you'd have a little bit of a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I didn't it felt like people were staring at me in Osaka, like giving me this, like the kind of look. Um and maybe it was just me, but I just didn't like it wasn't until day 2 that I had like really warm reception from people. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I really have to go travel all the I want to go to the Philippines uh because I've got all the, next comic art homies there, and I know I would have a good time if I went to Super Manila and then, saw the Philippines for a week or so. Only phrase I know in Japanese is the moon is beautiful tonight, isn't it? I got to refresh my Japanese. Comic book hunter guy, Japan book hunter is someone that's breaking barriers in our country's comic and art wise. Are you talking? Wait, I don't know who comic book hunter is. I don't know if you're talking about Brad. Are you talking about Japan book hunter? Because I don't know who comic book hunter is. Is that another person? The comic book hunter. It might be somebody that I don't know. Okay, I think you're talking about Japan book hunter. Sean? Yeah, Sean's a friend. I've had him on this channel. We've done like 10 or 15 videos together. And then he was on Direct Edition at the end of last year. We did a episode in Japan. Yeah, I've done enough stuff with him. But yeah, I've done so the way the history with Sean with me was when I reached out to him after a couple of times that he was on kayfabe and asked him if he would come on this channel, and we did an interview. And then at the end of my trip last year, we did another episode on the podcast on Direct Edition where it was fantastic, and it was the first time I ever did like an in-person interview. I loved it. I mean, me and Sean are friends, so we vibed real well, but it was nice to actually do that. So when I go back to Japan, I'm gonna hopefully get at least 1 or 2 interviews in the books of some mangaka in person with either Sean or Aki as a translator. Dude, I'll say this. I learned so much from watching his channel, and I still watch the old videos because the more I go to Japan, the more I can kind of go back to his old videos, and like the knowledge deepens a little bit. It soaks in a bit. I hope Sean can make English. Kaze, well, Connor, I sent a list to Fantagraphics after the interview, and the first one on my list was Ryu, Strongest Man on the Planet. That was the first book that I asked them to try and get to translate into English here. I said that to my you're talking to Micah, but I'm still nervous that like I'm gonna go to Japan on a trip and bring back 5 suitcases, and then the people are y'all are gonna be kind of like tired of buying stuff. But I know that's not reality, but it's still part of the anxiety that comes with this job. Like there's no look, I'll be really honest. And this is one of those things that like is something that sits in the back of my mind. Just taking like the world of what our government is doing around the world to the economy, there's always that thought in the back of my mind that like, oh, I picked up this collection for 10 grand and nothing is selling. And then that's when the thing starts where it's like, oh my God, is this crumbling? And then when you go to Japan, it like, that's an even bigger gamble to take. Now, at this point, 2 trips and selling almost everything that I brought back, or at least that I wanted to sell, like is proving to me like y'all are down to see it, down to buy it, whatever piques your interest. Some of the other stuff, like the movie programs, the video games, the minifigs and stuff like that, do pretty well. But I just got to be cautious. Like I can't go out and spend 6 grand on a trip and not make at least 6 grand back. But I love doing it. Plus, I fucking love going to other countries. I love being around other cultures. I think it's very healthy for a human to experience, and I'm privileged enough to be able to do it. So the fact that it ends up being a business thing, but it's a great business thing, I love it. I wish we could spend it. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, me and Jim were talking about that. Like, I think me and Jim were wanting to do stuff like that too, is just see like the other parts of their culture and walk around. I mean, that's why, Chris, that's why I made a point to go to a lot of coffee shops. It's like one of the best ways to see parts of the city. And I'll say this about Tokyo, Bob, into what you said. I went to like 3 coffee shops a day. I had probably the most positive interactions at the coffee shops because baristas are their service industry, and like craft coffee is definitely like appealing to most cultures around the world. So tourists do go there. And I had so many good conversations with people, or just like shared kind words, that kind of thing. When a service industry person sees you smiling at the thing that they just made for you, like you get that moment of like, thank you for appreciating what I do, and me, thank you for, making something amazing. I collect old video games and sell my dupes to fund the collection. Every trade show for years had the feeling of pressure underneath it. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I mean, that's the thing. The other thing is like, and as you see with my shows, I try to keep my prices to like, this is the cheapest you're gonna find this kind of stuff at, which gives me a leg up. Like you go to a lot of shows, and like you said, I'm sure it's the same in the video game world. We're all familiar with the convention scene here. And we understand that dealers that go to conventions, they have to account for the money spent put into the convention, but prices seem to always be astronomical at these conventions. Because I do this myself here, don't have a store, I'm able to make my margins the same and keep the prices as low as I possibly can for people to buy. It's not lost on me that that's one of the reasons for the success of doing this for 5 years. Like on paper, I don't know how I made this work, but it works. So I love talking about that. Like the part of like, if you're going to do this, like you have to try and think of the model that you want to present yourself. If you ever want to own a business where you're doing something like this in an online selling, you can You can go the whatnot eBay route, but then you have to deal with, oh, that's right. That's right. But then you have to deal with certain aspects of like somebody's taking a cut. Somebody's always taking a cut. Nobody's taking a cut here. And it's what I wanted. Like I set out to do this. I found similar experience with quick service restaurants, not Western chains in Hong Kong and Taipei. Interesting. Yeah, restaurants. It depends on the restaurant that I've been to in Tokyo. Like the breakfast joints that I found, the coffee shop breakfast joints, like they are the nicest people that like the most warm, comforting experiences you can have. But then like the ramen places, they want you out. Like it's just eat and go. And that's the culture. But then like some of the nicer dinner places, see, that's interesting. The quick service restaurants, I didn't find that, but you did. That's cool. They had a booth at C2 selling Italian comics, bought a collected Daredevil. That's awesome. There are so many European comics out there that like collections of Marvel and DC stuff that people don't realize, especially in that 80s, 70 through like early 90s period. There's so much. So much. And it's all cool because it's like I have a bunch of the McFarlane foreign books and they're like different colors. Like I think I have a Batman 423 that's a purple background, which is really cool. Hey, Mark, you made it. And it's kind of like we're just winding down. If you want me to look for anything in June, let me know. Well, Connor, I mean, the rule applies. It's C Todd by Todd. Like I'll take any McFarlane foreign edition. And if I decide to keep it, I keep it. If I don't, I'm happy to sell it. How long is the flight from Seattle to Tokyo? I think it was 10 and a half. Maybe 9 going, 10 and a half coming back. It wasn't bad at all. I think it was the same, if not less than me flying from here to London. Oh, yes, that too. And I appreciate you, Connor. By the way, I forgot to, I'm going to mention it again this week. Direct edition. I mentioned it at the beginning of the night. Connor, the hefty lefty, the frontman, the growler, the screamer for the metal band Dissensions. He's my guest on the podcast. We talk comics and metal. Come on, two best things. Smaller hole in the wall restaurants had super nice service when I was in Japan. Yes. And went to a larger upscale place and very unwelcome as a foreigner. Interesting. It was the only bad experience I had. I didn't go to anything like super upscale in downtown Tokyo. I went to like one of the most upscale restaurants in Koenji, and I went 3 times, and it was 3 of the best meals I had. It was a small plates one, and it was fucking delicious. One night I went with, 2 nights I went by myself, and then one night I went with Jim and Sean, and we all had a great time. Yeah. I love the foreign colors on that. No, and Delta's got nonstop from SeaTac. Sure. Yeah, no worries, Mark. You're always welcome to the actually Marco did that last night and bought a stack of books after the show because he's in Spain right now and he wasn't able to watch live. So yes, I'm gonna get going, but before I do, first of all, thank you for being here. Even if you don't buy something, you're always welcome to hang out. I do like this kind of vibe when I do the off sale shows, and I'll be doing a chat and chill next week. Maybe get a couple guests in. We'll see. But a couple of things. Hit the like button. But the Patreon is $5 a month. Let me just run down that. You get bonus videos from each channel every month, and then you get to vote for a flip through video. Plus, like if you have like questions like we're talking about right now, and you're in the Patreon, you ask those questions. I'll do a video and answer everything, and do like a long form video about that stuff. And then every 2 months, there's a sale with stuff that's not available anywhere else. It's kind of the cream of the crop pick type stuff. And then what's my favorite Japanese dish? Sushi, brother. Sushi me all the time. Sashimi. Give me some omakase sashimi. I will eat it up. Oh, dude, I'd love to see those. I've never even seen those before. Jamie, love you, brother. Thank you, Johnny. Right back at you. So yes, let me just remind people on the podcast, because the next 2 episodes are the last 2 of the season. I am going to say that like next week's episode is groundbreaking in a way. I interview Atsushi Kaneko, the mangaka behind Soil, Wet Moon, Deathco, Bambi and her Pink Gun, and Search and Destroy. Aki Yanagi, which was Ed's good buddy, translated. So it's the three of us. It's a great interview. I think I did better than any interview I could have under the circumstances, and it was awesome. And then the 100th episode of Direct Edition is coming out on 420. Smoke them if you got them. Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky, the chums, are in, and it's just ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. We talk about the Mad book because it was the week that it came out, so I wanted to talk to Chip about it and Fraction about it, and we talk about Batman, and we barely talk about Armageddon because you'll see why, because it's just hilarious. And there's a dildo in the episode. Let's just say that. I need to show you my own published Bisley drawing from the Bible book. Ooh, yes, please. You're welcome to DM me that on Instagram, or you can actually send it on my website. My website's got a new build, and you can message me on there and attach a picture. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, Danny, Bradley, Leo, Joel. And if you're new here, look for the email probably by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock Eastern, the latest. And if you don't see it, just check your spam folder. Sometimes my emails, because it's like asking, it's like money involved, they'll put it in spam if we don't have an email chain back and forth. I loved it, Bob. Have good dreams. Yes, you too, Christopher. X, always a pleasure, brother. Jamie, Micah, I wish I was in the market. Hey, it's okay. Mike, I appreciate you. It's not required. Your enjoyment and your acceptance and your welcome here is not predicated on you buying books from me. Comics are for everybody, and this channel is for everybody. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay happy if you can. And don't look at Bleeding Cool. Look at Bleeding Cool because, well, there's something fun on there. Anyway, everybody have a great night. Rob is always watching us, and I'm sure he is angry right now. Peace, love, and comics.